Have you ever had a student listening to you when you are giving a lesson about base 10 blocks? Later, when you check on her, you find her in the corner working on Babylonian base 60 math. Have you experienced a student who comes to school dressed as a whale weeks long because he's so passionately interested in the beluga whales and trying to learn how to relate to them? Chances are you have met these students and they are considered gifted learners. What are gifted learners? Well, that's a great question. A gentleman named Joseph Renzulli developed a three-ring model to explain what giftedness is: above average ability, creativity, and task commitment. Within the above average abilities, Renzulli makes a difference between general abilities, like processing information, integrating experiences, and abstract thinking, and specific abilities, such as the capacity to acquire knowledge, perform in an activity. By creativity, Renzulli understands the fluency, flexibility, and originality of thought, and openness to experience sensitivity to stimulations and willingness to take risks. Gifted students are capable of achieving high levels of conceptual understanding with subjects. When compared to their same age peers, they often accelerated to escalate their learning to continue growing as a learner. Tomlinson calls this ascending intellectual demand, and he would argue that this cannot be achieved in a regular classroom setting. Sometimes, gifted learners are further ahead of their peers conceptually and academically. How do we help the students when their ability is sometimes even further than the teacher's understanding? Well, this is where educational technology comes in handy. Educational technology, specifically internet communications technology, can provide unique opportunities for gifted students so that acceleration and enrichment options can be made available to them. It also allows gifted learners the ability to function differently and gives the power of learning back to the students. Motivation is a big struggle with gifted learners. When gifted students are placed into general classroom settings and are given limited choices on what they want to learn, gifted learners will begin to disengage from the classroom. When gifted students are given to some degree autonomy and have the ability to create choices, their intrinsic motivation increases. Sometimes, resources are very limited among school districts when enrichment programs and support are very scarce or non-existent for gifted learners. The wonderful thing about educational technology and the internet is that there are many online courses available for gifted students. For example, Johns Hopkins, Berkeley, and Stanford have developed online gifted programs for highly able learners. The university has understood that school districts have very limited funding and cannot always provide adequate challenges for students. Using online courses for gifted learners allows them the opportunity to accelerate in areas they need the support in and take advanced placement courses that would not be found normally in district. This is Max. He loves tea. He understands where teas are made, what herbs are used, and what part of the world they come from just by the taste. Max is a grade 5 student. No one in his class drinks tea, nor are they even interested. To them, Max is different. For a gifted learner to be successful in the classroom, they need to have a feeling of belongingness, acceptance, or social relatedness among their peers. Sometimes, general classrooms cannot provide that experience for the gifted learner. For Max to be successful, he needs to have community with like-minded peers. Virtual environments can provide Max a chance to realize there are other students who are just like him, that he is not alone, and he has the same interests, challenges, and even the same sense of humor as others. Virtual communities can provide meaningful connections, develop Max's identity as a gifted learner, and prevent loneliness. This is Cameron. She is a gifted learner. She loves numbers and can't get enough of them. She also runs a non-profit organization to help provide educational resources for girls in developing nations who do not have access to free education. Cameron is a grade 9 student, and Cameron has a challenge: self-confidence. Sometimes her recognition is undersatisfied in educational settings because the focus is on the success of all students, which places group achievement above individual achievement. Gifted students are highly critical of themselves and are more motivated in environments that celebrate individual achievement and applaud success. Technology can be leveraged to create a digital learning environment that employs elements of competitive gameplay and recognition. Rather than providing a linear structure of learning, 3D Game Lab provides personalized learning experiences in which students are able to earn experience points, ranks, rewards, and badges by completing a series of self-selected quests. This type of learning honors choice in activities, allows for self-paced learning, and publicly acknowledged achievements by providing instant feedback. Online communities serve as a catalyst for collective curiosity and provides reinforcement for individual curiosity. Research shows that traditional formats of schools is ineffective at providing meaningful learning opportunities for gifted learners. To wrap up, we are experiencing an era of creativity, connectivity, and complexity. Technology provides curious gifted students an environment with almost limitless opportunities to explore and develop their interests. This is where gifted learners thrive.
Created using Powtoon.